Hey, gang, welcome to the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Well, what a big day. What a big day. Any
Whoa.
day that you have Pang's phoner.
Oh, mate.
All right, settle down.
Who had a bigger day, Pang or Sergio Perez, who was caught allegedly... well, the article said he was dancing. But if that's dancing, then my God.
Bit of horizontal dancing,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Was he, is he-
What's he expected to do after you just won the Monaco Grand Prix, Sam?
Exactly.
True.
Is he in a relationship?
Yes.
He's married with 3 kids.
Hey,
To a woman called Corolla.
Corolla.
Toot,
Really?
toot. Yeah.
Corolla
great
Martinez.
name.
He swapped her out for a Seeker. Am I right? Also, I ran into somebody that is clearly not in my tribe at the supermarket, and things got a bit vicious.
That was
I'll be
a
honest.
Spicy altercation. And Sam went to the phones. What did you ask, Sam?
What did I ask? Oh, how do you spice up your 2-minute noodles? Now, obviously, don't call now. This is a podcast.
No,
But that's what we
don't
did.
call now. But how do you spice up this podcast? You add a bit of Titus O'Reilly.
That's
Yes.
true.
No doubt.
yes.
No
Also,
doubt about it.
Big day for Brown, just a little bit behind the scenes. You know, we get a little. You had a big day yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
You went out to Chadstone, which we all love, Chadstone. And what did you get, Brownie?
I tell you, the best,
What did you get?
a couple of shirts
Oh, wow, that's
and a
awesome.
new pair of shoes.
Big
What-
day.
But mainly it was carrying the shopping bags around for my wife, who I love.
Yeah, of
But, you
course,
know,
of
there's-
course you love it. That's, I'm
No
not
one's
saying you.
saying-
Jeez, you went on the front foot. I love her.
I
That was unbelievable.
love. Why is your head in your hand?
Fair to say that.
Oh, man.
Fair to say her decision making was tardy at best.
Yeah, fair
All
enough.
the shops, but,
But,
yeah,
mate, listen.
I love her.
No.
I love standing.
I know
there,
you do.
Just looking.
Very, very obvious
looking
that
at
you
her.
love her.
Are you going to choose
No.
any time today? While I'm imagining the first hole at Kew Golf Club.
John,
Enjoy the
John,
podcast.
no one's doubting your love. No one's doubting your love. What colour were the shirts?
Black and navy.
Bold.
They look good.
Well done.
Enjoy the podcast.
2 for 1.
Chrissy, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Thursday. Hi, Jonathan Brown.
Christine, how are you?
Dino.
Hello.
So watch Origin last night, Dino?
I watched the last half hour and I was actually very entertained.
Mate,
Why?
it was one of the great games in history.
Wow.
Furious and close and intense.
Bloke was about to score a touchdown and the siren went. It was about half a metre to go until he's get over the try line to tie up the game, Swanee. The umpire said, sorry, boys, that's it.
Really?
Pack up and go home.
There are some amazing adjectives. Furious, close, and intense. Are you sure you're talking about the State of Origin?
Whoa.
Hang on a minute.
No, I'm lonely.
Yeah, no,
but there
I
was
know that.
80,000 people there.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know,
Sick,
it's
eh?
unreal. And the second one's in Perth, don't I? Second game's in Perth.
Oh, wow.
So I know it's not massive down here, Swanee, but they do play it in prime time, so I think a lot more people watch it.
I agree.
But geez, Swanee, you were in Queensland. It was massive. Didn't it just take over the state for that 6-week period?
It was huge when I lived there for 3 years, yes.
I was in there in the day when they used to drive down the buses of the two teams would drive down Caxton Street, which is a famous street near the stadium
Yeah.
in Brisbane, and it's full of nightclubs and pubs. And of
boy.
course, the Queensland bus would go down there, and everyone would cheer and carry on. And
What
then
would happen with the Blues?
The Blues one, they would thump on the side of the bus and throw eggs and full cans at the bus.
Seems like an unusual tradition for the Blues to agree
Oh,
to. Did the same happen in New South Wales?
No, it didn't. It was just Queenslanders were
Go
patriotic about it.
Queenslander.
Go Queenslander.
Queenslander.
Swanee's old man was the one chucking the cans. Let's be
Yes.
completely honest.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Oh, this is a great prize.
Now, if you want to win Kid Leroy tickets, because he redid all these gigs that he missed when he was crook.
Yes.
So this weekend you can see him. And you're going to rap again. Hey, Jackie, that's what we're doing
Yes,
again.
that's it. We're going to call. You're going to call us if you can rap.
That's what
Last
happened.
week we met Y, who was amazing.
Let's go straight to the guy who didn't win, though, Joel.
Oh, okay.
He dropped the most plump F-bomb.
Yeah.
My name's Joel. I used to date a mole. My life used to be crap till I went to the mat. It was real shitty, so I moved to the city. I don't know.
He doesn't know.
Mate, why did we even beep that? What's wrong with us? 6:06 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't.
He didn't win. It's fair to
He
say.
didn't win.
He was going well until he dropped the F-bomb.
This is a
Magic.
Back to 94 before it all started. When I was a little seed, I was rubbing. almost put Mama in a coffin, never coffin.
This
never
guy,
met.
Why won? He was real good, Ace.
He won, but you don't need to be that good. You just need to give it a crack.
Yes, that's the beauty of
Yeah,
it.
that's the beauty of it. If you can rap, get yourself together because we're giving away this amazing prize before 7.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
WhatIf.com is all about helping Aussies make the most out of every holiday. And now's the time to unapologetically holiday bigger and better than ever before.
Jump online or on the What If app and book your getaway today.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Good morning, Melbourne. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. Oh, look out.
I love this story. Formula One driver Sergio Perez has apologised to his wife after he was apparently filmed dancing with other women.
Sergio Perez.
Why can't you dance with other women?
Exactly, Swanee.
How ridiculous.
Especially after you win the Monaco Grand Prix. There was that night on the boats. Because in Monaco, Swanee, all the boats pull up, the luxury yachts.
Yeah.
They pull up into the marina there. The boys have the race. And then the winner, Sergio, obviously wants to go out and celebrate and wants to party. Apparently, Sergio got a bit close to the ladies.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was approaching them and making this sound, Dino.
With his mouth.
With his mouth.
Is that his move?
That's his,
Hot.
that was his pickup move.
Hot.
Did he say, do you want to go to 0 to 100 with me? 7 seconds.
He got close to the ladies on what appeared to be a yacht. 32-year-old addressed the situation in social media message saying he takes full responsibility for it. I've seen the videos that have been circulating about me, and I take responsibility. It was a bad party that I didn't know how to control at the height of the person that I am. But it was just that. A very bad party.
Bad or good?
I wanna-
Sergio?
Sounds great to me.
What's this footage? I want to see why his missus would be angry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. He's doing the old.
Oh, he's mouth kissing someone. That's not dancing. That's not dancing.
Oh, we cracked the case.
Yeah, it's not just the dancing; it's the full mouth patch,
It's hilarious.
which I believe contravenes the rules of marriage.
So
I
then
get
the dancing, got out the behind dancing. So
yeah.
with the male's behind there, and there's just some
and
clothes
kissing
on.
and kissing her at the
Kissing
same
the
time.
neck. So what
On the
happened?
back.
Swanee, he's just won the Monaco Grand Prix. Give the man a little bit of
I mean, it looks hot to me. That doesn't look like a bad party. That looks like a great party for everyone apart
great
from
party.
his wife.
I love how he went on to say, the Red Bull driver continued on the message to say, him and his wife, Corolla, are more united than...
Wait a minute. The driver's wife's name is Corolla.
Corolla Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
What a name.
John.
Corolla Martinez.
Kylie should change her name to Corolla for your endorsement deal.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yes.
That would be amazing. You'd be swimming in the dollars with that sort of name. Corolla and Sergio, apparently, are more united than ever after this.
Oh,
little
that's
incident.
good. That's good.
They're
Written
broken,
by
man.
someone that's not Sergio or Corolla.
But I can see how it can happen, Swanee. Like,
Yes,
you
of
win, You win the
course.
biggest Grand Prix.
Yeah.
You're all excited. You're drinking champagne on the dais.
You're not yourself.
You're not yourself.
You're a
You
better
get-
version
you
of
get
yourself.
invited
You
by a
are.
billionaire back to their big yacht
Yeah.
on the marina. You're the toast of the town, Swanee.
Yes.
Everyone's rich. Everyone's famous. Everyone's young. Everyone's good looking. All those sorts of things.
Yes.
And
like he
next
knows
minute, you know,
what this is.
you're tongue pashing and dancing with some hot young Spanish girl.
Is it bringing back premiership memories for you?
I'm not sure.
Your
mate.
description was very vivid there.
Was very vivid.
13, 24, 10. When did a party get out of hand?
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't have to be cheating.
No.
Or neck kissing a Spanish beauty. It can be anything. Parties get out of hand for whatever reason, Swanee.
What a great night.
13, 24, 10. When did the party get out of hand? Yeah, still a great night.
Still a great night.
When did it get out of hand? Braden, when did the party get out of hand, mate?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Year 11, we had a end of year party. My parents went away conveniently for the weekend, so decided to have a party. Invited a few of the mates around. A few of the mates, which was around about 30 people, ended up being around about 300. I think there was around about 5 or 6 of the local schools just decided to come around and join in the festivities, and ended up getting caught when the parents got home. We had a few people fall in the pool, and I decided to get the towels out and so they could dry themselves off. And
Oh, no.
I didn't know how to use the dryer, so I just folded them back up and put them back in the cupboard.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
and Mum found them in the cupboard, nice and wet, and she decided She said, how did you find these? How do these get wet? And I couldn't lie very well, so that was it. I got done.
Great. And
You're like the Corey Worthington out of your time.
Yeah, it was, I had a DJ and everything as it went off. So it was,
in the middle of it spiraling out of control, were you like, oh, God?
I actually remember standing behind the DJ and looking at it going, this is actually pretty awesome. And then people started falling in the pool thing, and I thought, wow, this is a bit out of control. There was actually a group of people that tried to gate crash the party, and they tried to gate crash, and then all of my mates stopped them from gate crashing, and they went away. So it was actually pretty good.
Good crisis averted. Well, one crisis averted.
Sounds like a positive, Braden. I think you've done a fantastic job. I'm not sure what Mum was disappointed about.
Yeah, Braden, you've got the last $200 Gummy Chicken and Beer voucher. Try it. Gummy Chicken and Beer's newest and tastiest dish yet. It's the Galby Chicken. So at my 21st, Elliot decided to get the hose from the side of the house and bring it inside and started watering things like the wall. He's a good, smart man.
Remember when my party got out of hand 20 a couple of years ago? Yeah, it was sort of just that period after lockdown, and we had a big party in my joint.
Yeah.
The pool house is soundproof. Remember how convinced we were that me and you were doing duets of Shallow?
So convinced.
That, Swanee, don't worry about it. The pool house, unbelievably soundproof.
Who knew?
Until letters started turning up in my mailbox. Can you turn the stereo down next time?
And as much as we enjoy
machine.
you having a nice time, please stop singing.
Okay, Harry, when did the party get out of hand, brother?
Good morning, guys.
Hi,
Quite a few years back, I ended up going to a party, and there was typical, house party, bonfire in the back, the whole lot. And we're all sitting around, and slowly, as the night goes on, we're running out of fuel. And as part of the party, of course, the couch is outside and around the bonfire. So unfortunately, that was the first thing to go on. And then after that, that quickly burnt out, and there was no other wood lying around the backyard. So all the rest of the furniture, there was kind of a party got a bit out of control at the poor last fella's thing, kind of friends invited friends. And as it went on, all the furniture from the inside of the house started coming out. All the garden furniture was first. And then it was the rest of the sofas from the inside. This poor fellow, his mum had gone away for the weekend.
Oh, no.
And, everything that you could imagine was going onto this bonfire. There was his sister's bicycle went onto the bonfire. Mattress went onto the bonfire. Cans of spaghetti, everything out the cupboards was going onto the bonfire.
Harry, you son of a bitch. Did you just get to leave at the end of it?
Yeah, we were just all kind of left, and
Still a great night.
Still a great night.
It was a fantastic night. I don't even know who this poor fellow was. I'm glad it was in WA. He's probably not listening to us now, but
Dino's family.
What suburb was it? Just out of interest, just for me.
It was a country town in country town WA. So.
Oh, wow, man.
Imagine her face when she arrived, huh? Missing the couch, probably missing her bed.
Oh, my God.
Jeez. A couple of kitchen stools, Swanee. They burn well.
I can't stop thinking, why didn't they put the doors on? The doors are excellent fuel.
Mate,
Harry, you're off to the Elvis film. Only in cinemas June 23. Thanks for calling us.
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast.
I need you to stay. Good morning, Melbourne. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. Kid Leroy, everyone's loving him. He's killing it. He had to cancel gigs last weekend because he was legitimately crook.
Correct.
But straight away, he's rebooked him, Swan.
Good boy.
Back on the horse.
You know what'll be good? This Friday and Sunday when Kid Leroy plays, the makeup concerts, he'll have a little bit extra in it, I reckon.
Of course he will.
No doubt, he might go for 3 hours, Swanee.
Might really give it.
Bruce Springsteen it, maybe.
He might come out of... It's at Marvel Stadium, isn't it? Oh, no, it's at Rod Laver Arena. He might come out of the roof, Swanee.
Who knows?
Now we're having a little wrap-off. Do all our contestants, Jackie, win tickets or just the best one?
No, we have to pick the winner.
Okay.
Just the best one. All right.
Meet Joshua, everyone. He's from Moorabbin.
How are we, guys? How are we?
Josh.
He sounds like business. He means business.
Always business.
Well, let's get down to it.
Josh, because we can't play you a beat because of the delay in the phone, you just have to do this raw dog. Sorry.
Easy done.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, listen, I'm driving my car. I'm not going to a bar. I'm going to work. It sounds pretty berserk. I'm listening to Nova. It's like a four-leaf clover. Brownie, Dino, Chrissy, you're the best. Chuck out the rest. Joshy out on the mic.
Jeez.
That's very good.
Josh, that's really good.
I love the fact that you've omitted Sam there. She's not here in the 6 o'clock
Yeah.
hour, Joshy.
Good detail,
Great
Josh.
detail.
Front runner, let me tell you. Jackson is in Noble
Front
Park.
runner, literally the only entry.
Front runner, Josh.
That
So
was a
far,
good
you're
effort.
winning.
Short notice.
To Noble Park. Jackson, are you confident?
Yeah, I'm confident, brother. They know who it is. So they're Jack's on the mark. Yeah, you ready to get this?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Shout out to Nova, yeah. Nova wanted me to spit it free, so I'm about to go spastic. All these rappers are the same, no tactics. Bunch of toys in the game, plastic. I'll take a trip and I ain't talking about acid. I see the ball, I snatch it and run. These other fellas, they can do it like I does. You can't sleep on me even if you need a nap because I spit flat like automatic guns. Yeah, shout out to the NEK crew. It's Jack's baby from the 7-4. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Whoa.
That was pretty amazing.
Wow.
There's a lot going on
There's
there,
a lot
Jackson.
going on. And just for the listener, he's named a few people in this station that haven't been on air before as well. So there's obviously some sort of connection there. Jacko, that's good. How long did it take you to write that up, mate?
Oh, that's just off the top of the dome.
Oh, man. It's the top of the dome, brother.
Well, look, damn it, I was charmed by Joshua, and then Jackson's flow, as the kids say, wedgie me now, wedgie me, was very good.
Neck and neck. Bone Crusher, our Waverley Star
How
this
are we gonna
stage. Coming
choose?
to,
Can everyone get tickets, Jackie? This is...
We've got to get to Tyler. This could be the tiebreaker. Tyler, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Are you ready to go for this rap?
Yeah, my sister wrote me one today.
Yes.
Really?
Jeez, that's not a lot of notice there. It's only 6:43 in the morning. You must have been up early.
Well, because I did it last week and I didn't get it. And so she wrote one for herself. But
Do you know the writers? The writers they take all the cash, mate. Yeah. You know that even if you win this, you're going to have to help. You're going to have to share the prize.
Oh, yuck.
no, well, I like him more, so...
All right.
If you like him so much, why don't you already have tickets, Tyler? What happened?
Well, because I don't know.
I like someone that's honest.
What we can do.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. I like to play the ukulele. I play it daily. We need to stop glittering so the water can be glittering. I want to change the world because that's important. We forget this cause our thoughts are swirled. I love to sing and dance and act, but this is the first time I've ever rapped. It's kind of scary being on the radio. I'm more confident whilst playing on the piano. I've listened to the Kid Leroy since I was 9. Now I listen to him all the time. This is the end. I'm sorry to say. Hopefully I've won Kid Leroy tickets today.
It was very good.
That is very good.
It sounded like a school assembly to be...
Yeah.
Tyler, what sort of people would we be if you had 2 cracks at Kid Leroy tickets and you went home empty-handed? What sort of people would we be? We'd be dog, as my son would say. We'd be dog. So you are going to Kid Leroy, my girl.
Whoa!
Thank you.
I mean, controversial decision.
It's a controversial decision, but Tyler, you were so good last week and you've absolutely backed it up this week. And you're going, Rod Laver Arena, 2 tickets.
Well done, mate. Now, Josh and Jackson are going to give you 6 bottles of wine from Zonzo Estate. Enjoy authentic Italian cuisine paired with the perfect job at Zonzo Estate in the heart of the Yarra Valley. And I'll send you both to Elvis as well. Will that do, Josh?
100%. Thanks, guys.
Jackson, that all good, man?
Yeah.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Late night last night. I didn't get to the Origin until about 10 o'clock to watch it on replay.
Aren't you tired today? I don't know how you do it.
I'm okay, Swanee. Just like
Such a sook. You're a young man, though.
young man, it's part of the course
Yeah.
now. You know what? I built up a resilience and a tolerance, especially after spending 2.5 hours with my eldest daughter Olivia last night, preparing a cheat sheet for a maths exam, big end of semester maths exam today.
Chilling.
Which
Oh, God, thank God we never have to do that again.
Oh,
I just feel for kids at school. It's so awful.
But Christine, mathematics, long multiplication, factors, all these types of things. But the greatest thing is we've got Google now, Swanee. So you've got little demonstrations on YouTube,
Yeah, I
which
guess.
does help a parent when we haven't been around that for a long time.
No.
But maths is very... When I say maths is easy, in terms of you don't have to get creative with maths, do you?
No.
It's just black and white. The answer's either right or it's
true.
wrong.
Yeah.
And it's following a process. A recipe, if you will.
Yeah.
So last night we set out at about 7:45. I'm thinking the game starts at 8:15. Easy. I'm going to be ready. This cheat sheet's going to be done. We will have solved long multiplication, all these sorts of issues. Well, Swanee, 2 hours later, still going at it. Still arguing, still going backwards and forwards. Olivia not following the steps all the way through until we finally got to the end. This is 2 hours in.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, she goes to me. She turns to me when, again, hasn't followed all the steps. Answer's wrong. She looks at me and she goes, oh, well, that's wrong. I don't care. I said, well, we have sat here for the last 2 hours, Liv, and you don't care. She goes, that's right. I don't care. I don't care. I go, beautiful. I'm going to get up. Oh, that's where I can't help you now. I'm going to walk away now because if you don't care, I can't help you. It's as simple as that. And then I get up, I go to the fridge.
Get a red can.
I get a red can, I get a can of beer. It's like a de-stressor. And then I walk away and she goes, Dad, where are you going? I go,
my God.
I'm going to watch the bloody Origin because you don't care.
Yeah, and where are you going? Straight to hell.
Chrissy, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
Melbourne, welcome to your Thursday. Welcome to the microphone, fresh from Front Bar last night.
Fresh.
The great Samuel Pang.
Good morning, everyone.
Jeez, you're energetic this morning.
What?
What's wrong with you?
I'm delirious and you're annoying me. So you're just copping it off air. That's fine.
Strong show last night. I watched it a little bit before I put on the Origin.
I was going to say, you would have been one of the few that
He watched
chose
a little
us
bit
over
this
Origin.
morning.
Shut up.
That's a good point. Did you watch it last night or did you watch it this morning?
Does it matter?
It does not at all.
They've got you on a technicality, but you're a very good boy.
I'm a great boy.
Yeah.
Mick, Andy, and Pang haven't been together because Pang treats them like he treats us. Comes in sometimes, whatever. So they haven't been together in a while. And Miss Mick asked Pang where he'd been.
Missing each other. What have you been up to?
Well, I did have one.
You look well.
Thank you very much. I had a week off last week. Beautiful week, relaxing week. I went out to dinner last Sunday night at a little French restaurant called Entrecote.
How'd that go?
I went with some of the Melbourne boys.
Right, okay.
And all I'll say is, when it comes to splitting the bill, things can get a bit... I've got some topical stuff there.
Good stuff.
That,
Well done.
that no one saw. No one saw, Swanee, but there you go. How was the Origin?
It was one of the great
Well, you
games
missed
in
it as well,
history.
didn't you? You were doing homework.
No, I watched it on replay. Great. It took me about 3 cans to get through it. It was magnificent.
Swanee, what time are you in bed?
Thank you for asking. 8:11.
That's good.
Yeah, I have to now. It's a non-negotiable.
Fair enough.
You got your phone already?
What?
You heard me.
I'm ready.
Yes, it's Pang's phoner.
I'm ready, Dino.
He says that they're bad, but they're so good. I love them.
Always ready.
This is the Chrissy, Sam, and Brownie podcast.
Now.
He's not always there when you call, but he is here right now for a phone topic that will blow your mind.
Hey, you. Do you want a water bill? Hey, you. Do you want a club lock? Call now. 30-24-10 for Sam Pang's phone.
Well, don't phone now because you don't know what the topic is.
Yeah.
So, fundamentally that intro will have to be changed.
Oh, Sam. So literal, isn't he?
I know.
I've got some topics over here, Swanee.
Sure you do.
So many to choose from.
Are we choosing or are you choosing?
No, I'm happy. I'll lead you towards the one I
You
think
run
we
these
should do.
past Mickey Moy. Well, last night you and Mick and Andy, you running past them in the green room.
Why would I run them past you? Them? You mean more to me than your opinion means more to me than
No,
theirs.
I just, workshopping it.
It's a good question, Jonathan. It's a good question.
Murray's got a lot on his mind, mate. He's going down the slide on. on Sunday. He's got to pick his costume.
Also, that's the nicest thing you've ever said about anybody in this studio. Your opinion means more to me than theirs. That was a very sincere and kind thing to say.
Disingenuous.
Some would say that.
All right, look at this. Now, I mentioned a couple last week, but we didn't end up going with them. Remember that? There's one that we should go with, cockfights. Are they that bad? Right?
It sounds,
Not when you're on a footy trip.
yeah, Brownie's already...
Uh-oh.
Cockfights. What?
What was that?
Wink and uh-oh.
Emmeline, if you're listening, please isolate when Brownie just said.
No, we can't do it. We can't go there.
On our last day, we can.
Last day we
Montague Street Bridge, death trap or just misunderstood? What's the name of your dog and why?
I love that one.
Armageddon or Deep Impact?
Oh.
Because, they came out at exactly the same
They
year and the
did.
same time and with the same story.
Well, Deep Impact didn't have the song, though.
True.
Very good.
That's why it's memorable, Armageddon.
What else have I got here? Oh, yeah, tell us about when did you run away from home and how far did you get? That's a good one.
I remember that.
Great one.
Yeah, you ran away?
I ran away from home because
Yeah, but
Mum's...
you would have gone to Brisbane or something. You would have gone a long way.
No.
He would have driven himself when he was 8 years old.
We were on holidays in Bustleton when we were living in WA, and Mum threw out my Nike Air Pegasus.
What?
Had holes in the toes.
Off?
I left. I walked to the end of the Bustleton Pier. How long is it, by the way, Tito?
Mate, it's the longest in the Southern Hemisphere.
It just kept going on halfway. I go, bugger this, I'm going home.
Do you have
It's so funny. How old were you?
I would have been 10,
29.
maybe.
And you just thought, I'm not dealing with this crap.
Oh, yeah, I really made a statement, a stance. I took a stance.
Oh, Jonathan.
And then I didn't realise I was walking the longest pier in the Southern Hemisphere.
So you made a fair effort. There's one here that I ran past Jack. We might do. Do you have a name for your household appliances or things in your house? Like I have a mate who calls his rubbish bin. Roger,
yes.
after the 1980s Indian cricketer Roger Binney. So he calls his rubbish bin Roger.
Love that.
That's good.
But
I've got a vase that I call a vase. Wink that I call the gold logie.
Wink. There's wink and there's a lot of sound effects in this segment, by the way. This is what we're going with today. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, Swanee. You know I love 2-minute noodles.
Yes, you
Actually,
do.
I would argue everyone does.
I
Who doesn't
agree.
like 2-minute noodles?
Well, my kids will look like one, so they eat any more of it.
But of course, there is the traditional way of with the satchel and the, and you put it in the water and then you have your 2-minute noodles. But no one does that. As you get a bit older, you get a bit more creative, and so people do different things to their 2-minute noodles. And today's phoner is, how do you jazz up? How do you spice up your 2-minute noodles?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Mate, we got there, Dana.
Good.
13 24 10. Give us a call now. It's Pang's phoner. How do you jazz up your 2-minute noodles?
So we're doing it?
We're doing it.
All
We're
right,
kicking
then.
things off with Steve from Taylor's Hill, who's graciously given us a call. Hello, Steve.
How you doing, guys?
Mate, how do you jazz up your 2-minute noodles?
Well, look, you got to start off with the black and gold 2-minute noodles, 2 packets, all right? You don't want to get too fancy, nice and simple.
Black
Boil
and
them up.
gold. This is controversial straight away.
No frills. Boil them up, but don't boil them too much. Got to give them al dente. A little bit of crisp to them is always nice. Fry yourself up 3 eggs, all right?
Yeah.
Now, whack that all back in the fry pan with some hoisin sauce from Aldi. That's it.
Very specific, Steve. I like it.
That is it.
What,
That is it.
what differentiates the hoisin sauce from Aldi to other supermarkets?
Good question.
What was that, mate?
What differentiates the hoisin sauce from Aldi to other supermarkets?
Magic. I don't know what it is, mate. I don't know what they put in that bottle, but it'll cure your hangover. It'll put a smile in your eye on a Saturday. It's a nice little tasty treat for a Wednesday afternoon. It's a tick in every box.
Steve,
you son of a gun.
Steve,
all guns
you
blazing,
make
Stevie.
you just make me believe in life. That sort of energy.
There's a link to this recipe and being drunk, I think, because you
Black-
get home, you're like, what have I got in the fridge? That's how this happens.
Black and gold 2-minute noodle brand, Swanee. Interesting.
Controversial.
Very.
I don't even know where to get black and gold
I don't
anymore.
think
What are you
I've
giving
ever
Steve? You
Elvis tickets.
Oh, yes.
Lerman. It's in cinemas June 23. Natalie,
Hey,
how do you jazz up your 2-minute noodles?
don't add the sachet and add a flavoured tuna, one of those little ones.
Have done it before, Natalie. Have done it before.
What flavour's the best?
Oh, probably like a chili one.
Yeah, sweet chili.
yeah.
The sweet chili one.
Yep,
So get-
absolutely.
What did you say? No sachet, because you just keep the purity of the noodle, and then you add the tin of tuna, and it coats it nicely, and it's a beautiful texture. Wouldn't you agree, Natalie?
Absolutely, and don't get rid of the oil of the sauce. Got to add that in as well.
Yeah, I love the chili oil tuna.
Swanee, not happy.
It's magnificent. Mixes through the noodles beautifully.
I love tuna, and I eat tuna every day almost. I do not like the flavoured cans. If I want lemon and pepper in my tuna, I'll add fresh lemon and pepper.
You can go with plain
fresh chili.
Plain can of tuna on your 2-minute noodles, and then add
I haven't tried that. Maybe I need to.
Beautiful. Natalie's a genius.
Elvis, you're going to see Elvis, Natalie. It's going to be great.
Is anyone here going to go and see Elvis? I'm going to. Yeah, great.
Yeah. Pang, it's your phone, so I think you should ask the people.
Rightio. Let's go to Nicole. Nicole from Speaker.
No, from Berwick.
Christ.
Nicole from Berwick. Hello, Nicole. How are you? Wow, she's on a speaker.
How are you guys?
Yeah, good. What do you got?
Yeah,
How do you jazz up your 2-minute noodles?
Now, you're going to start with your mee goreng noodles.
Yes, now that is an important fact. I just want to repeat that. The mee goreng noodles are the best.
Well,
I love Maggi chicken too, but the mee goreng is a complete meal.
Steve's a black and gold man. That's fine. Anyway, keep going, Nicole.
So garlic tuna. You've got to have the garlic infused tuna. You've got to also have your sesame oil, spinach, and also seaweed.
Whoa.
Crunchy seaweed.
Jeez.
Yum.
Okay.
There's a lot happening in that one.
Going on. It's a bit busy, that one for me, Nicole.
green.
No, mate, you get it in there. It's so warm. It's yum. It's very good on a nice winter day.
And do you pan fry all that, Nicole? And do you use all of the sachets available in the mee goreng?
Definitely. Got to use the sachets as well.
Even the sambal, Nicole?
Yes, definitely.
Nicole, Elvis. You're going to Elvis.
Absolutely. You know, this segment's in danger of turning into
What?
Taste.com segment like Swanee's, where eventually we'll get to the end and we won't have the original part of the recipe in there. The noodles won't be in there after the goals.
Yes.
Swanee, before we go to Catherine, can I ask you, is this crazy? Cream, spinach and mushroom. Get that going first.
Yeah.
And then add the noodles to that.
That's not crazy at all. That's sane.
You're a crazy man.
That's delicious.
Nicole,
Anything with
did you
cream.
send Nicole to Elvis as well?
Elvis, mate.
What are they all going? Do they have to go? Does she have to go with Steve and Natalie?
No.
Yeah, she does. Yes.
Okay then. Catherine from. Hello, Catherine.
Good morning.
How do you jazz up your 2-minute noodles?
Well, same as the last caller, I get the old mee goreng noodles and then I cook them. But as they're cooking, I slice up usually steak. Like I like fillet steak, obviously. Really thinly slice the steak and then cut up pieces of broccoli or broccolini and then put them in to finish off the cook. And then mix through all the sachets and then fry an egg and put the fried egg on top.
So I fillet steak on $1 noodles. This feels like a second-story ballroom extension on a fibro shack, Catherine.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to jazzy it up.
Jeez, it feels that some of these recipes some of these jazzes, they're a long way from the simplicity of what 2-minute noodles were intended, I believe.
I still think the best is your Maggi chicken noodle with butter. Just a big good dollop of butter.
An old housemate of mine used to have the 2-minute noodles. He'd cook them, then he'd put them in a pan, and then he would put 3 eggs over the top to make almost like a frittata with 2-minute noodles in it.
I mean, that man's a genius.
Gunners, what do you got?
We would do butter, which is it's the answer.
I agree.
A bit of cheese, a bit of grated cheese, and tomato paste. So it's a little bit like spaghetti on toast.
No, you lost your mind. Gunners, you lost your mind.
Can I tell? And a bit of salt, obviously, but it is the answer to all the world's problems.
Butter, yes, it is.
Another great phoner,
one of the greats.
Catherine, guess what you're off to? Rise of Gru. Only in
Elvis?
cinemas.
Perfect.
No, I was joking. You're going to see Elvis Enjoy by
Chrissy, Sam, and Brownie.
It's time to get classy.
Titus O'Reilly. He talks about football. Mostly on Twitter.
280 characters.
And on this show as well.
Here he is, a huge Melbourne Football Club supporter. Are you devastated?
Do we have to talk about this?
Yes.
No, we can talk about.
Are you devastated by the cracks appearing in your beloved team?
No, because usually I'm used to there just be only cracks, so they have just one or two. You know, I've sat through 294 losses since the year 2000. Not that I'm counting. So
Seems a lot.
2 in a row is, bad, and fighting at a French restaurant's on brand, isn't it?
It is.
See,
Of course,
everyone.
we're talking about a brawl that broke out the front of Entrecôte in Paran.
Well, brawl's overselling it. I mean, when Melbourne players fight, it's called a duel. One of them took off
jousting
their.
sticks out
One
on
of them
Breville
took
Street.
off their. Literally, someone has to have a gauntlet on them.
Yes.
For this to kick off.
Where did they source the horses in the middle of Paran?
Always have a horse.
Interesting to point out.
I've told you my story of, which is 100% true because this made me laugh. I think I told this on the front bar, but it just always just reminded me of the horses. Where I genuinely once said to someone who I'd never met before, they said, "I'm a Melbourne supporter." I said, "You go on the weekend." I said, "I couldn't go. I couldn't make it in the end. I was going, but I couldn't make it." I said, "Oh, how come?" And they said, "Oh, I couldn't make it because the farrier was late to change my horse's hooves." And so that is Melbourne. But so what a lot of people are missing, they're saying, what's this fight about between two teammates?
Yeah.
Which actually, if you look at the history of this, happens a lot.
Yeah.
Like, did
With
you ever fight
Stephen
with a
May.
teammate?
Absolutely. Oh, well,
Yeah.
not dust-ups. The
But
training,
during
the training
practice
things,
often in the pre-season
absolutely.
and
Practice
stuff,
things get willing out there, but can't say I've ever had a dust-up at a nightclub or a pub or out the front of a French restaurant when I was playing. Pikey wasn't a massive fan of French restaurants.
No.
Right, now you say that, but I've been at a French restaurant with Pikey, and if the foie gras comes out at room temperature, he blows up.
He is not happy.
The original story, of course, was that Stephen May sledged his teammate, Melksham, by saying that if he had have
He
played...
pronounced his name wrong.
I know, I never know. If he had have played in the grand final, they wouldn't have won, which seemed like a nasty thing to say, but Max Gawn came out yesterday and said that that's not what happened.
Yeah, no, well, really what a lot of the media are missing, and you've got to be, I guess, a Melbourne supporter to get this, is people don't get how tense the atmosphere at Melbourne gets ahead of a Governors of the Reserve Bank meeting. People don't understand, because there are a lot of investment properties involved.
Yeah,
sure. And so knowing that was coming up this week... There was just...
Everyone was on tenterhooks, weren't they? They weren't themselves.
Yeah, it was just really tense. One of the big...
The variable, Melksham and May are on variable rates.
Yeah.
That's right. So there was
should have fixed it.
There was a lot of tension. So a lot of arguments over that. Melksham also... Some of his wine pairings that he selected for the meal were just not up to the standard.
This is the result.
He was
This is
going
what
for
happens.
Shiraz with his white fish.
Exactly.
Stephen May took umbrage at that.
Umbrage. Yeah. I mean, some of them... he went Italian when he probably should have gone French. There were just a lot of little things like that which people don't get. Yeah, The year of Grangey, he picked a terrible year.
You've lost 2 in a row and everyone's punching up and in hospital. You must be wigging out a bit.
Why would I be wigging out?
I wouldn't have thought...
We're top of the ladder with a game in hand, right? Like, I mean, you got to remember, I sat through seasons where we won 2 games for the entire year.
Brownie, don't you think it's a good point? So in previous years, Melbourne, the club and supporters, all they have moments like this, or things that are not going well, but they're not winning as they're not winning.
That's right.
This one here, they're winning. They're on top of the ladder, game clear, and this sort of stuff.
See, remember we played in China once and we got so drunk that we couldn't field a full side.
Yeah,
So this is where the club's coming from. This is a golden period. This sort of stuff.
Well, you just got to be careful. They don't flirt with form, because...
Well, this is the
it's a very
wake-up call we had to have.
It could be that, absolutely. You can use that. It's a delicate sort of point in time because you're in danger. You don't want to do the old, become the greatest team that never was.
Like the Essendon 2000
Essendon
side.
2000, should have won probably 3-4 premierships. They walk away with one. Melbourne, you just got to be careful. You don't flirt with form and confidence because all of a sudden, if you lose that aura of invincibility from the outside...
and I'm not saying this will happen, but if we went on, footy sides, it's like if you win, everyone forgets all this in 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
Like if they beat Collingwood and then go in the bye and then win the week after, everyone's like going, oh, this is... Although the draw's very hard for the rest of the year, but there's no other business where... I guess it's like radio with ratings. If you're rating well... I mean, look at you guys. You rate so well, you've been phoning it in for years.
Titus is here. Don't move.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
Titus O'Reilly.
Oh, well, we're talking about teammates having fights. And so I was looking up this, and I was saying before there's a lot of them, and I thought, this story, when I read it, I went, this is how the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie show will end. If you guys were going to have a fight that would end the show, this would be it. Now, happened at Liverpool.
I can't wait.
Sense of foreboding.
Yeah, so there was a...
Bang out his chance to end it all.
So there's two guys here mainly involved. So Craig Bellamy and John Arne Rizza. Do you remember these guys? They played for Liverpool. Yeah. So
Craig Bellamy's a big name still,
well,
isn't
no,
he?
that's the same name as the guy that coaches Storm, but different person.
Oh, okay.
These are English footballers.
Yeah, Bellamy was a striker. He came over and didn't do much.
Yeah, so Craig Bellamy, he's playing the role of Chrissy Swan in this. And John Arne Rizza, he's Sam Pang in this thing. So they're out one night after a victory, and Craig Bellamy is making everyone sing karaoke.
Absolutely.
So
that's the sort of thing I would do.
That's you.
Yeah.
So he says, he gets on the mic eventually and he's saying, Rizza's going to sing. He's going to sing. Come on, get up. Pressure him. Rizza.
So I'm saying, Sam's going to sing. Sam's going to sing.
And Rizza's like, no, I'm not going to sing. He's like, I'm going to make you sing. He goes, nah. So eventually Rizza goes, screw this. I'm leaving. Goes back to the hotel. They're staying at a hotel. Goes to his room. He doesn't lock the door though, because his teammate is rooming with another teammate.
Course,
so he's waiting for the teammate to come back. He's awoken with the door open, and in comes Craig Bellamy with a golf club.
Yes.
Going, no one embarrasses me at karaoke. And starts taking swings at him in the dark.
Oh, my God.
And he said, I jumped out of bed. This is Rizza. I jumped out of bed, pulled off the sheet and held it up like I was some kind of half-awake matador. Trying to stop.
How terrifying.
Bellamy.
Yeah.
That's...
But I could see you doing that, Chrissy, over karaoke.
I absolutely could.
And you can see me waving you off too, by the way, as you try to pressure me up there.
I can see that. However, you're a wiser man than Titus would have everybody believe, because that situation has occurred. I have forced
And did you get
everybody
him
to
up?
sing karaoke.
That was Mr. Bojangles.
Samuel had everyone's attention.
That's what I say. By the way, after everyone's up and about, by the way,
Yeah.
had a big day.
Yeah.
When at the start of this song, when I started with the whistling part, I think that's when I really had him, Titus.
See, the biggest mess...
Suddenly a fedora came out of his backpack.
Yeah.
I don't know how
So
he
you
did
actually
it.
born for it. See, the
I would
word...
rather he chase me around with a golf club. I'm sitting through that.
Brownie comes in with
What brand would that have been?
TaylorMade.
TaylorMade.
Stealth, the new Stealth.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
best one for assaulting a teammate in a room.
Beautiful.
I made the mistake of I did karaoke once, and I chose as my song Europe's The Final Countdown.
Classic, brother.
Classic.
What was the mistake there?
It has a minute and a half musical intro.
Oh, no.
Which I never realised until I'm on stage, because everyone knows, the main chorus.
Yes.
So, and I thought this will kill.
But it's got to get through the diddle-a-diddle.
Being on stage in a pub where everyone's off their heads,
And there's no
it's just
singing.
you, and it goes for a minute and a half roughly.
Couldn't you have just gone do-do-do-do with your voice?
Well, there's only so much dancing you can do. As good as dancer I am.
What I wouldn't have given to see that.
It was just a train wreck.
It's a long
What's
runner.
that
It's a long runner.
instrument? Is that a guitar or a...
No, it's all synthetic keyboards.
I'm not very good with instruments.
It's all synthetic
Is it?
keyboards,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a classic of the genre. But that's a tip for youngsters. If you're going to do it, you've really got to make sure that the singing starts early.
So
See,
that,
listen,
I
I'm
know
on
it's
stage
still
this whole
going.
time.
It's still 35 seconds away from lyrics.
Yeah, and then it kicks again. I kept thinking the music was about to start.
And then when it starts, it's underwhelming until the chorus.
Yeah.
The verse is
Yeah,
not
it
good.
did
It's like,
not go
we're
well.
heading for something.
You used a lot for pump-up songs, Swanee.
Yeah.
Pre-game pump-up songs.
Yeah.
Eye of the Tiger, Final Countdown, Bound for Glory.
You're not doing
Simply the
this.
best.
You're not doing this karaoke song anymore. What is your go-to, Titus O'Reilly?
Bojangles.
Yeah, it's Mr. Bojangles.
That's my other tip for you. That's my tip for youngsters. Don't pick Bojangles by Sammy Davis Jr. People don't like it.
I loved it. You had me in the palm of your hand.
People get
the whole
angry.
Song.
Everyone's having a good time, Titus, and then all of a sudden they're angry and they want to go.
And then you whip out this.
When the moon.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
So you bring it back.
He did that. He did that.
He just does it because he wants to whistle.
Hey, Adam,
Yeah, you're all whistling related.
That's all right. That's the only reason.
it's a niche market in the karaoke.
Titus, hope D's have a win. Hope you have a great weekend.
Good on you, mate.
Chrissy, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Thursday. We're all here for you. It's not too grim outside today, which is good. Usually at this time it's raining and awful, but I look outside and I feel positive. I feel optimistic. And then I look opposite me and I feel the exact opposite. Hello, Sam.
It's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh, Brenda. She was looking at you.
Yeah, well, after my day. Wednesdays is
That's the worst.
deteriorated.
How was your Wednesday? Generally, Wednesday's put aside for golf, which I absolutely endorse.
No.
To me, that should be a non-negotiable.
Well, it's very negotiable at the moment, and things are
Shouldn't be.
things are right on the edge. But instead, Brownie, you had a much sounds like you had a much better day
You
yesterday.
treat it like work.
I walked around Chadstone Shopping Centre holding shopping bags for my wife.
Yeah.
I bought a couple of shirts.
Oh, yeah.
What colour
Navy and black.
Oh,
Did you have to try them on?
They're on special.
Did you have to try them on, John?
Yes.
And did Kylie give you size options?
Yes. Well, I came back. It's a bit big.
Oh, my God,
So now
Swanee.
you got to go back and do the large. But it was a long walk to the dressing room, and I'm thinking this is like similar to the walking down the fairway after a 300-metre drive.
Yeah.
But I realised then I was at Chadstone,
Yeah.
and then I went home and I prepared a cheat sheet for my daughter's maths exam today.
What about next Wednesday? Could you play golf then and carve it out like it's not negotiable, like it's work? You turn up here every day. You should turn up on the golf
I
green
won't be
every
here.
Wednesday.
Not with me.
I'm going fishing with Patrick McDermott.
That's so obscure. That's so obscure. Your references, I'm rubbing off on you. Your references are getting so obscure that not even I know
I've got
what
to
you're
get out.
talking
I'll be on
about.
a beach in Mexico.
This will
next
cheer
week.
you up, John. The Sad Boy Winter Summer Tour. Dean Lewis. He's doing the Sad Boy Winter Summer Tour.
Why is he with songs like this? Why is he calling it Sad Boy?
I can't figure it out.
I love that song. It's a banger.
He is very
Gets
good.
me up. That's what I listen to. If you listen to Hello Darkness, I listen on the way home. I listen to that song on the way in.
This is the Chrissy, Sam, and Brownie podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. If you're booking a holiday, consider What If. What If it? It's Aussie for travel. Oh, is it tropical time?
Would you like a sense of the day?
Yes,
How about some
please.
tropical stuff?
Thursday, 9th of June. Max Gorn. Our own Max Gorn. I say that, though, but he was in here on Monday. He obviously knew what was going on, and he just lied to us.
He might not have. Timing-wise, there's a chance he didn't know.
He knew about it. He knew about it Sunday night. But you know, in fairness to Maxie, he's not going to come out. He's not going to come out and break it.
Yeah.
On our radio show.
Guys, guess what?
He opened up, Swanee, on the scuffle between Stephen May and Jake Melksham, revealing that he was embarrassed. This was him talking to the media yesterday.
I've come out quite frequently and very frequently in a podcast with the Imperfects, talking about this sort of stuff, how we speak to each other, and almost praising it on how we've been doing it as a group. And we've had a setback here, but Melky calling me pretty much straight away just shows where this group's got to.
Yeah.
So Max was in here on Monday, and he knew that was hanging over him.
Well, it's funny, isn't it? It's quite ironic that Swanee asked him about the Imperfects podcast, and then obviously Maxie had to fall into line, and then speak about the way the Melbourne players speak. You know,
Just to give
they
you
speak
the-
to each other, and now in hindsight, you look back at it and go, "It's been quite difficult for Maxie to talk like that, knowing full well that this was going on behind the scenes."
Absolutely. The conversation in the podcast, just for reference, is that Max said that almost attributed their enormous success to the fact that they always think about how they talk to each other and they keep it positive, particularly about football skills and things that their teammates care about.
Which
and I
goes
brought
against-
that up with him on Monday, and he spoke to it very nicely, knowing that had been an issue.
But also, that went against the story that was going around about what actually Stephen May said to his teammate Jake Melksham. That was that if you'd played in the granny, we wouldn't have won. Now, Max addressed that yesterday as well.
To be fair, it was just a lot of banter. The one that has got out is completely false. The grand final one's completely false, and I do want to get that out there because that looks bad on characters. That wasn't said, and I'm pretty comfortable and trust those two boys that wasn't said. But there was some other hurtful banter that was there.
Apparently, this is, of course, at the wonderful restaurant Entrecôte. Nothing, as we said last night on Front Bar, nothing more Melbourne than a blow-up at a French
We
restaurant.
weren't happy with the snails.
No, apparently the vinaigrette on the oysters was not cold enough for Stephen May, and that's why it all blew up.
There was the latest report saying there was maybe Jake Melksham defending Joel Smith, who actually missed out in the grand final because he was injured. Maybe Jake was sort of defending him. So let's not speak to him about that. A lot of innuendo. But at the end of the day, drunken banter. Drunken banter, that's what happens.
Entrecôte got a lot of mileage out of this. Great steak and frites. Get down there, gang.
I think Max apologised to the restaurant as he should have. But Doncaster...
Yes, they both players contacted the restaurant separately to apologise for their
They just need to get together and break bread over a degustation menu, don't you? That's what they've got to do, those two.
They've got to...
Seven courses, too. Really, it's going to take a while to get to the bottom of it.
They don't have to break bread, they have to break the baguette.
Doncaster police have charged a 39-year-old man after more than 10 grand of alcohol was stolen.
How old are you, Dina?
I am 36.
Okay, so you're out
You're
of
fine.
that.
This man's been stealing alcohol from businesses in Richmond, Malvern, Paran, Bulleen and Brighton 22 times over 11 months. Busy.
I've been trying to find out how he's done it, but I can't get any more information. How is he stealing it?
Yeah, it's a great
you
question.
don't know.
Jeez,
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
question.
I mean...
what do you mean, how is he stealing it? He's just stealing it. He steals it. He's a stealer. He's a robber.
Thanks, Sam.
He's got slippery
that's
hands.
good.
He's a cream. He's a
slippery
perp.
fingers.
I would never have come up with that answer without you. I appreciate it.
But, like, is he dacking bottles or is
That's
he
what
getting
I mean.
a truck and...
And what are the businesses? Are they restaurants? Is he ordering and then doing a runner, or is he going into shops? What is it?
Disguised?
I'm just interested.
Yes, he. You know what? He is their
Is he
bottle
in
shops.
disguise?
Their bottle shops. He's in disguise, and
Maybe
let's just hope
a
he's
big
all right.
overcoat. Big overcoat like in Beverly Hills
He's not a
Cop.
flasher.
No, when the guy comes in Beverly Hills Cop comes into the strip club with the big overcoat and he's got a concealed shotgun in there, and Axel Foley and
Wow.
Taggart and Rosewood, they disarm him.
This is that's pure speculation. There's no mention of an overcoat in this story. I want that on the record, Swanee.
In the absence of other facts, I'll accept it.
In the absence of other facts, you've got to go with rampant speculation.
You must.
The Foo Fighters have announced Taylor Hawkins tribute shows. They'll play in London on September 3 at Wembley and in Los Angeles on 27 to honour their beloved bandmate. Cow and sheep burps to be taxed by New Zealand.
What?
Come on.
Sheep burps?
It's a world first. Well, is it? The proposal would make New Zealand the first country to have farmers pay for emissions from livestock.
Oh, right.
The Ministry for Environment yesterday said in New Zealand that the Ministry for Environment over there is like the mafia. They're powerful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What better time to bring out Brownie's impersonation of a sheep? Yes.
That's my alarm.
Yes.
I mean, that's not a bad impersonation.
No, it's not. It's just... It's not probably not the best moment of your life. That's all I'll say.
I've got a question. What's more offensive? Smelling someone's burp or smelling someone's fart?
No, both hot. New Zealand, by the way, are home to 5 million people and they've got 10 million cattle and 26 million sheep.
Yeah.
They're outnumbered.
Big part of the industry. Big industry. They're working hard on emissions. I didn't realise that was going to be an issue, though.
Couple more.
I'm sorry.
Couple more to finish. Justin Langer was announced as the final slider for MND on Monday.
Oh, that's great.
That's the former Australian cricket coach.
Been a tumultuous last few months for Justin Langer.
He's already lost the support of the other sliders, so that hasn't gone well. But that's lovely for him. He'll be over going down the slide on Monday. Yeah, Murray. I spoke to Andy Marr last night. Well, very, it's always about what are you going to wear. Because what did you go down as, Brownie?
Woody from Toy Story.
Yeah, I don't know what Murray's going to... I should know, but he wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a surprise.
Maybe like Ron Jeremy.
Oh,
well, he's got the
I
equipment.
think he's been cancelled, hasn't he, Ron Jeremy?
What?
I think Ron Jeremy's been cancelled.
Oh, big time.
Oh, has he?
Yes.
Gee, I wonder why. I can't imagine why.
Finally, I just wanted to say a big congratulations in advance to Olympia Valance.
Yes.
Because she's getting married this weekend.
Is she?
Yes.
Come around
I
quickly.
wonder if her old man sing at the wedding.
I would
She's
say
revealed the dates. So this weekend, big day for Olympia and her man, the big fella, the big boy.
Tom
Bell
Yeah,
Chambers.
Tom.
TBC.
CBC, that's
Yeah.
right. Tom Bell Chambers, who played for Essendon. They're getting married. It's 250 family and friends at their picturesque home in Dalesford.
Too many.
Quote from Valance, I'm excited. I'm excited for all the planning stuff to be over. That seems to be a common theme with weddings.
Yeah.
One thing I have forgotten, though, is the stationery. Name tags for the tables, the seating chart, hasn't even done that yet. Classic Valance.
Classic.
Last time I went to a wedding with more than 200 people, the marriage, the best man speech lasted longer than the marriage.
Kill me.
What? What?
I'm serious. The best man got up and spoke for over an hour. The marriage only lasted a few months. 200 plus people.
Yeah. Well,
Geez, that hurts.
For shame. For shame.
Head of Andy Marr's big slide. He's got an announcement here about who he's going as.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
I read an article once, probably about 20 years ago, that, people belong in tribes. And when you meet somebody that's part of your tribe, you sort of recognise each other. And I found that to be true in my life. Have you, guys?
Yes.
As soon as you meet someone, you're like, oh, for reasons I can't explain, you're my sort of person.
One of mine, as Peng would say.
One of mine. Exactly. And I found over the years that I can tell straight away when somebody is one of mine. And look.
and vice versa.
And vice versa. Mainly,
Mainly the vice versa part.
mainly
That's
the vice
easier.
versa.
Not one of mine.
Not one of mine.
Yeah.
I love that moment, actually, when you realise that someone isn't one of yours, because it just frees up so much of your time. You never need to worry about them again. And it doesn't happen that often to me, but it happened to me in the supermarket earlier this week. I was at the supermarket and I was at the self-checkout, but not those little rabbit warren ones.
Yeah.
It's set up like a staffed checkout, but you're the staff member, so it's a long conveyor belt. Have you seen those ones?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking
Can
about?
you control the conveyor belt?
It controls itself. It does that. It's really fun.
I've never seen this.
Me and Peg always make a beeline to that one because she can be like, how's your day today? Beep, beep, beep. And she can pretend she's a checkout chick. And then you scan the stuff, you put it on the side. It doesn't have one of those weighted unexpected item in the...
God.
Yeah, it's a good one for anxious people as well, because you've got a bit more room and whatever. So I'm standing there. I've loaded my stuff onto the conveyor belt and it's moved up, infrared or whatever it is. It seems to know when to stop, and it's all waiting there, and there's a woman paying. Now, I did notice that we were standing close to each other, and I'd noticed that because I was waiting for her to pay, which takes about 10 seconds. But she was she was refusing to move a little bit to the right, to start loading her things. She was like, I'm in this spot, no one can take it from me. So straight away my spidey senses were like, there could be an issue here. And sure enough, there was. And she had a mask on and she looks at me, and through the mask she says, I'd appreciate it if you stayed a metre away from me. Angry.
Yeah, you should have said that's so 2020.
Well, I didn't. I respect other people's opinions, but that was ridiculous.
This has entrecôte all over it.
Yeah.
So far, she's one of mine.
I know she's one of yours. I tackled her to the floor and said that if she was playing in the grand final that we
wouldn't have won.
We would have lost. But I was a bit surly, to be honest. It annoyed me because I could tell she was spoiling for a fight. If she really cared that much about the distance, she could have moved about 15 centimetres to the right and avoided any sort of conflict. But she wanted the conflict. And so admittedly, in a smart-ass way, I said, oh, okay, and I took one step to the left.
Therefore,
passive-aggressive.
Which was, no, she wanted a metre, she got a metre.
Pass-ag, though, deliberately?
But I also wanted to
She's
say...
always had the measuring tape.
I also wanted to say, I'm not an idiot. Obviously, if I was symptomatic...
Yes.
Or feeling under the weather or hadn't been vaxxed or whatever, I wouldn't be here. Also, we're 80 centimetres apart. What's 20? You've just been shopping with everybody.
So far, there'd want to be more to this because otherwise, what are we calling her? Because I'm on her side.
Call her
big time.
Helen.
Anyway, Helen the Great.
So she's about 60 or so and cranky, and so she's already told me off for standing too close to her, even though technically she was standing too close to me. But anyway. So then I go, is this okay?
Oh, radio. Now it's on here.
Well, I'm asking. She's obviously got an opinion and she's asking me to move, so I'm checking if that's okay with her. I said, is this okay? And she recognises me.
Oh, this changes
here we
things.
Go. Yeah, I love this.
And she says, oh, are you Chrissy Swan? I said, so I hate her at this stage.
She's already shown
I hate
colours.
her guts, right?
Helen.
And I go, yes, I am. Deadpan. Because I don't have time for this shit. Do you know what I mean? I just want to pay for my groceries, put them in my backpack and keep walking, Helen. She goes, oh, you look amazing. And I said, mm-hmm. And I'm just looking at her. And then she goes, I always thought if I ran into you, I would ask you why and how you look so good, because my son has a new girlfriend. She's got a very big bum.
Helen, I like her.
I'm still pro.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Do you? I went, mm-hmm. She goes, oh, she's a lovely girl, very attractive, but huge in the hips and the bottom.
Her ass
and
is made of wide.
I just want to know, what have you done? And I said, look, I don't talk about my body. And I would suggest that you tell your son's girlfriend that we haven't had this conversation because it's none of your business.
Jesus.
Oh.
Jesus.
Helen didn't like that.
Oh, my God.
Helen didn't like it. But I just thought, get stuffed as well.
Yeah, good on you, Swan.
Like,
stand up for yourself.
yeah, and for this poor girl who's somehow found herself with this dragon. It won't last. It won't last. Get out now if you're listening.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
Footy fans, you've heard of Caro's Arrow. Now it's time for John's Long Prong.
Thank you, Dina. It's a great introduction.
Good sound effect. You nailed it again.
You're a mother. I know, we've been talking about the Stephen May, Jack Melksham blue at the front of Oxford.
You love it.
Swanee.
You football pundits, you love this,
Mate,
don't
you love it. It gave you plenty of material on Front Bar last night.
Good point.
Otherwise, you had nothing to talk about. It was a gift from God.
Jeez, that was strong.
And true. Strong and true.
Strong and true.
Stay down.
So, just to maybe seriousness it up a little bit, Swanee, because we have been a bit of fun and all that sort of stuff. Stephen May, obviously, the reason he got suspended from the football club was because he was actually out under the concussion protocol and he missed the game.
Yeah.
That's classed as a short-term injury. So you shouldn't be drinking when you're in a short-term injury status.
Yeah.
So obviously he's out on the drink. Jake Melksham's waxed him the other night. So we sort of, he gets a suspension, 1 week suspension. I'm going to pose the question. Are we sure, because all I've read about is that Jake Melksham, who's a former amateur boxer, knows how to handle himself. He floored Stephen May. So he's decked him. He's whacked him. Now, Jake Melksham yesterday had to have hand surgery Now, whether that's a broken hand or from an infection, it's obviously created by punching someone in the sharper facial parts of the body, the sharper features, which will be your face.
Good detective work.
So there'd be some level of blunt force trauma, I would have thought, Christine Swan.
Where is this going?
Well, what I'm trying to say is, in boxing, if you receive 2 concussions in a row, you are suspended, mandatory suspension of 90 days. Are we convinced that Stephen May hasn't received another concussion only days after receiving the first one? Just because it didn't happen on a football field, should he be going through the concussion protocol? And should the football club or the AFL be seriously looking at, hang on a minute, obviously he's been in some sort of incident, he's been decked, supposedly.
Well, he's hit the ground.
He's hit the ground.
Are we sure? Are you sure about that? What do your sources tell you?
No,
that Stephen May went down.
I'm not championing this, but it's just, I think this has been overlooked on the whole situation. A man suffering a concussion. Now, we know all the talk around concussion and the safety levels and the concern that we have for people.
Yeah,
with
they're
concussion.
very serious.
Very
with it
serious.
at the AFL.
Yeah, this sort of seems to, this part of it, this element of the whole story seems to have been overlooked.
I agree. And I think it would be very convenient to overlook it because I don't think the team of Melbourne want to go the next 90 days without Stephen May in the team. Do they?
Absolutely. He's one of their best players.
So did you say that happens in boxing, or are you saying that's the rule as well for the AFL?
No, that happens in boxing.
What's the rule for the AFL?
Well,
I don't think they've thought of it.
I don't think they've thought of it.
There's been no precedent.
But if it's a precedent in boxing, like that's a mandatory medical suspension. Anyway, it's just an interesting question. So they would want to be.
There's waves. There's long prongs.
Well,
there's everything
all
going
I'm saying,
on.
they would want to be sure that no injury or no concussion or no head knock was sustained.
Now that's punditry.
That's why they're being cagey about all the details.
Well, that's right. There's been a lot of cagey details, hasn't there?
Yeah.
And you're just not completely convinced about what the story was, why the suspension occurred. Yeah, clearly there's been a hand injury, so there's been a heavy hit of some sort, Swanee. You don't just get a broken hand by, cutting the snails up at the French restaurant.
Yes, exactly. If only we had the captain of the Melbourne Football Club on the books.
Maxie, come on.
What about Stephen May's concussion test? You get the menu of a French restaurant. He's got to pick out. What's the difference between foie gras and duck l'orange? What is it? Duck l'orange?
Duck l'orange.
And he's got to point out which one it is.
Okay. So if he nails that, he's cleared the
Stephen May plays again this year?
He'll play again, but food for thought.
Brownie. I've never seen
Hey,
it.
it's French food for thought.
Yes, John!
Bon appetit.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
Chrissy, Sam and Fraudy on Nova 100. We were doing a rap battle before Swan, and if you were a good rapper, you'd win Kid Leroy tickets.
Yes, and we do this at 6 o'clock, so you may not have heard this. We had this guy enter the competition. He's not the greatest rapper.
Joel.
My name's Joel. I used to date a mole. My life used to be crap till I went to the mat. It was real shitty, so I moved to the city. I don't know.
There's a big dirty word in there.
What the hell was that?
Well,
rap man.
Yeah, he wanted the tickets to Kid Leroy, which he didn't get. just to clarify. But there was a line in it where my life used to be crap until I went to the map. And I'd said, I'm sure he's saying that. I don't know what it means. And Sarah from Keilor has slid into my DMs.
Hey-o.
To say MAP is the Melbourne Assessment Prison. It's where all the
Brownie.
They're a man centre.
It's where all the naughty boys go before they decide what to do with them and sending them further onto various other prisons. So knowing that, have another listen.
My name's Joel. I used to date a mole. My life used to be crap till I went to the mat. It was real shitty, so I moved to the city. I don't know.
Does it make it better?
Yes, it does. Suddenly everything
It used
makes
to be
sense.
crap. But he's saying it used to be crap, and then
Then he went to the map.
Yeah, because you learnt things
He
inside.
learned things inside, man.
Then he went to the city after that.
Rehabilitation, man.
Right.
Yeah,
no, I get it. I'm very happy.
Really,
I get
we're
it.
talking
That's
to a
Joel.
real convict.
Exactly. No, A renaissance man is young Joel. That's good.
Tomorrow on the show, we've got one of the new sliders that's announced for the MND Big Freeze.
It's not Dave O'Neill, is it?
Every time
It could be Dave.
Every time you talk about the sliders, I just see those delicious small caramelised
Same
onion
here.
ones from
Yeah,
Grill.
we should send them down the
Do
slide.
you as well?
Wow.
The ones with a little bit of vintage cheese on them.
Yeah, can have one today.
Yeah.
Sam, we won't see you till Tuesday.
See you then. Have a great long
miss
weekend,
you.
everyone. And
All the best with
Just-
golf today, Sam.
just enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. Enjoy your life.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.